We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak for Good Friday, March 30th. I'm your host, Chris Kiefer, and we're going to take a look at the top news and sports stories from Northeast Mississippi. But first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of 64 and a low of 39. There's a 10% chance of rain. Looking ahead at your 3-day outlook, Saturday, sunny with a high of 71 and a low of 48. Sunday, partly cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 46, and for Monday, partly cloudy with a high of 73 and a low of 57. Let's take a look now at today's top headlines. Newly appointed Mississippi Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce, Andy Gipson, said he will bring to his new post the same work ethic he displayed for the past 7 years as the House Judiciary B chair. In that post, the Braxton Republican focused on expanding conservative social causes and expanding the rights of Mississippians to carry firearms in public. Governor Phil Bryant introduced Gibson in his new position Thursday afternoon during an event at the Mississippi Agriculture and Forestry Museum in Jackson. Gibson was in his third term in the House. He will replace Republican Cindy Hyde-Smith. Hyde-Smith will replace the retiring Thad Cochran as interim U.S. Senator. Gibson said he will run for the statewide office in the regularly scheduled 2019 election. Gibson operates a cattle operation in Simpson County and is a farmer. School districts are moving to fill the gaps left by the discontinuation of the North Mississippi Medical Center school nurse program. Citing decreasing federal reimbursement, the hospital announced in February it would end its nursing program that is providing 11 nurses for 15 area schools in 7 school districts. The Tupelo Public School District has tentatively budgeted to hire 3 school nurses to replace the positions that were covered by the NMMC program, said Communications Director Marianne Placencia. The Lee County School District is still investigating options. However, Superintendent Jimmy Weeks said it remains committed to finding a way to replace the 3 nurses who covered Saltillo Primary, Saltillo Elementary, and Plantersville Middle. Pontotoc County Superintendent Brock Puckett said his district is still looking for ways to continue the nursing coverage for North and South Pontotoc Elementary schools. And Pontotoc City School District Superintendent Michelle Bivens said the district is seeking creative solutions to cover the cost of the nursing position at D.T. Cox Elementary. Superintendents in the Prentiss County and Etowah County school districts said they have not yet made a decision on replacing the nurses at their schools. The latest effort by Saltillo leaders to put a hotel and restaurant tax before voters has fallen short. A local and private bill authorizing a referendum on a limited sales tax hike in Saltillo died when the 2018 legislative session ended this week. State Senator Chad McMahon had introduced the bill at the request of the Saltillo Board of Aldermen. Saltillo leaders want to pursue a 2% sales tax increase on restaurants and hotels within city limits. At present, Saltillo has no hotels. McMahon's bill would have required 60% of participating voters to approve the sales tax. He said the bill never made it out of the Senate Finance Committee because of a busy schedule. McMahon said he is willing to stay on the issue if Saltillo's leadership remains interested. Saltillo Mayor Rex Smith said the plan would be to use the revenue for road maintenance and repair. And in sports, the Mississippi State women's basketball team is 1 win away from a return to the national championship game. Standing in their way is a Louisville team whose style of play bears a striking resemblance to that of the Bulldogs. The 2 teams will meet again tonight in the Final Four at Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. The game will start at 6 p.m. and can be seen on ESPN2. MSU coach Vic Schaefer noted that both teams are tough, physical, and aggressive. One glaring difference between the 2 teams is that MSU features a true center in Tiara McCowan. The 6'7" junior averaged 23.5 points, 18 rebounds, and 4 blocks per game during the Kansas City Regional last week. She set the single-season SEC rebounding record with 502. Louisville's inside presence comes from senior Maisha Hines-Allen at 6'2" and junior Sam Furring at 6'3". Hines-Allen scores 14.1 points and grabs 9.7 rebounds, while Furring adds 10.1 points and 5.4 rebounds. Mississippi State enters with a 36-1 record, Louisville is 36-2 and riding an 11-game winning streak. And that does it for Newsbreak on this Friday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. The Memo podcast takes a deep dive into a single topic each week to give you a greater understanding of Northeast Mississippi. This week's show unpacks the unique political dynamics of the race to replace retiring U.S. Senator Thad Cochran. Listen on Apple Podcasts and Google Play or online at memo.tjournal.com. Any story discussed on Newsbreak can be found in your Daily Journal or online at tjournal.com, where you can also find a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Kiefer. Have a great Friday.